It's about time. I'm finally passing through the Absaroka Range one last time to enter the first national park in the world, Yellowstone. All I need to do is find a campground with availability and set myself up for some moto camping. The commute shouldn't be a problem either because these views are nothing like I've seen yet. Yellowstone National Park is roughly the size of Puerto Rico. I was one of the 4.2 million people that visited in 2016. It is governed by the National Park Service, which is a part of the Department of the Interior. The first evidence of human activity was from 11,000 years ago, proven by obsidian Clovis projectile points found in the area. Around this time, humans would have used these points to defend themselves or hunt against saber-toothed cats, giant sloths, and woolly mammoths that coexisted with Paleo-Americans on the continent just as the last ice age ended. Funny thing about Yellowstone is that it's so unique, early descriptions of this place led people to believe that it was a myth. The first European explorer to note the area was John Coulter, former member of the Lewis and Clark expedition. We'll be talking more about Lewis and Clark as the season goes on. Coulter is considered to be the first mountain man of the American Wild West. Over the winter of 1807 to 1808, Coulter ran his own expedition into the region. Upon his return, he spoke of geysers, bubbling mud pots, and steaming pools of water. He described the area as a place of fire and brimstone, to which many dismissed as madness or insanity. His reports were ridiculed. The imaginary region was jokingly called Coulter's Hell. Roughly 50 years later, Jim Bridger visited the region in 1856. Bridger was a mountain man known for the Bridger Trail route from the Oregon Trail to the gold mines of Montana. It was an alternative route made through the dry Bighorn Basin after the Bozeman Trail was closed after the U.S. had lost Red Cloud's War. Bridger explored the lands west of the Absaroka Range into today's Yellowstone as well. He reported observing boiling springs, spouting water, and a mountain of glass and yellow rock. Again, these descriptions were largely ignored because Bridger had been known to embellish his stories. 4 years later, Bridger attempted again with an organized surveying party but was halted by a harsh winter. The Civil War broke out and another attempt wouldn't be made for almost a decade. In 1869, as the Transcontinental Railroad was being completed, several surveying parties entered the region, mapping points of interest and safe passageways through the area. At this point, Yellowstone had over 60 years of myth cast over it. That could be 3 generations of Americans hearing stories of the fire and brimstone, yellow glass mountainsides, and bubbling mud pots of Coulter's Hell. People still refuse to believe this gate to hell existed beyond the Absaroka Range. A writer and lawyer by the name of Cornelius Hedges is known as the first to make a proposition to save the region as a national park. He wrote for the Helena Herald newspaper in the nearby Montana Territory, spreading the word. It eventually hit Washington. William D. Kelly was a congressman from Philadelphia. An abolitionist and founder of the Republican Party. A man of strict principles, he advocated for the recruitment of black troops in the Union Army and pushed for their right to vote after the Civil War. He refused to wear any foreign-made clothing or use any foreign-made goods. He is also known for lecturing others that would use foreign goods. In 1871, he said, "Let Congress pass a bill reserving the Great Geyser Basin as a public park forever, just as it has reserved that far inferior wonder, the Yosemite Valley." From there, the wonder that is Yellowstone was born, along with one of the greatest American ideas ever invented.